Hi guys, my name is ASSYL and welcome back to my channel. I have seen so many videos. I've passed puberty stage like 5 years ago, but whatever. I have seen so many freaking videos on what I spend in a week, what I spend in a month, what I spend in a day, and thus I decided to make a video myself because I don't track a budget. I don't have a budget. I mean, I do have a budget in my head. I don't know if that counts. I don't do Excel sheets. I don't do Google Sheets. I don't do notebooks with budgets. I don't do any of that. So a week ago when I decided to film this video, I decided to track my expenses for 1 week. And let me tell you this. I was thoroughly disgusted, disappointed. Look at me being a responsible adult, being very much Pinteresty, whatever. And what I noticed in most of the videos, they kind of list their expenses, but they don't get to like the last like dollar of their expense. They just always like, oh, this is my rent, this is my bill, and this is my coffee expense, but it's not like all the things together. It's not all the little expenses that you have, all the miscellaneous, all the Uber Eats, all the everything that you have. Maybe they're just responsible and then don't spend money on that, but I checked, when I say I checked every single dollar from my bank account. And little spoiler, I'm going to show you right now my checking account. Whopping $1.46. It's just I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna go by sections. Number 1, rent. This is all bi-weekly. Not bi-weekly, so bi-weekly, not like every 2 weeks. Per week. Rent. My rent is $800 a month. Actually, I didn't give you an introduction. I'm a 21-year-old living in Toronto, and these are my expenses. I think that's enough. So my rent is $200 per week, which is $800 per month. My electricity bill is $13.75 per week. I know it's pretty expensive. It's $55 per month. I don't know why it's expensive, but it is freaking expensive. Phone plan, which I'm the most proud of, it's $4.75 per week, because I get like 10 minutes per month and 100 megabytes per month, which is clearly not enough. Every time I use my mobile internet without Wi-Fi, I literally go to Instagram, I scroll for 2 posts and done. My internet is off. Also, I do have my credit card expense. I have credit card debt, so I pay monthly about $50, which will come to $12.5. Besides that, I also have my bank fee. I know I'm gonna get rid of that bank because I freaking hate it, but due to my immigration status, I can't have all the banks that I want, so I have to kind of choose for the brokies. For the lower class people, whatever, it's $4.24 per week. And also, on top of this, I decided that my investment account fee, which is $3 per month. And these are my must-have fees. I cannot have these fees, which is going to be $238.24 per week. Next section, subscriptions. Don't we all love them? I have iCloud, I have Google, I have YouTube Premium, and I have a few other stuff. I'm just going to calculate everything by month, and then I'm going to give you the finally weekly number. Google, 2.12 cents. Amazon Prime, $9.03. I was also taking my project manager certificate, and I had to take this practice test, and I couldn't find anything for free. So I had to download this app, which is basically $26.49. I know it's a lot, but at least I passed the exam, so there's that. There's YouTube Premium, $2.79. I told you how to get good deals on one of the videos. I think I called it 5 tips or something. VPN is your friend. Busu, that's my very first video on this channel. I'm still paying for that, for the app, which is $50 per year, so by monthly it's going to be $5 per month. And at the end, the total expense per weekly for subscription is going to be $12.49. My very favorite topic, and probably very much costly. I was so disgusted when I was tracking my food expenses on my bank account. Actually, because of food, I went to overdraft. And I'm going to mention it later, but just this week on Uber Eats, I spent $13 on 2 shawarmas, $13 on 2 shawarmas, and $18 on 2 burritos. Sure, on Uber Eats, I spent $44. Exactly 44.00. I get my groceries by every single week, and I basically get just like some chicken breast, broccoli, cauliflower, and stuff like that. It's usually between $50 and $60, when I calculated for this week, it was $61.36. And the craziest part, I meal prep 99% of my meals. 99% of my meals are meal prepped. And there's one occasion, there's only 1% of the time that I literally don't want to eat my meal prep, like in this case. I just microwave cauliflower and I put the boiled chicken on it. I know it's a bad thing because food is a privilege, and I acknowledge that. It was so distasteful. I felt like a Jacob for a second. I felt like a Josh for a second. I felt like a Kyle for a second. I felt like a Miranda for a second. I don't know what happened to me. Like I feel like I betrayed my ancestors. That's why I just ran to Tim Hortons right when I saw this. Right when I saw that, I ran to Tim Hortons and I bought 2 wraps, which were also kind of not that good, but it's better than freaking microwave cauliflower. But you know that's not even the saddest part. The saddest part is I pretty much eat that every single lunch. For broccoli and cauliflower are my 2 sides for almost every single lunch. It just... Anyways, that week I spent $18.07 on bubble tea. I don't regret this because that slushie was papaya slushie. That was the tastiest papaya I've ever tried in my life. I actually never tried papaya, but that was so good. So good. Again, that's what I'm saying. I was so shocked when I was trying these expenses because apparently in Tim Hortons, I spent $3.40 on one day, $5.96 on one day, $13.75 on another day, $10.83 on Friday, $3.66 on Sunday. How? I don't even go to Tim Hortons that many times. I really don't. I don't go to Tim Hortons that often. 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 Don't go to Tim Hortons. What is... I don't believe this. These are just numbers appearing on my bank account. I don't trust this. Someone else is taking this from my bank account. It's not me. Electric chair. Like, there's no excuse for me. So for food on this week, I spent $143.01. Immigration. I know a lot of people don't mention. I mean, I guess because most of the people I saw are like Americans, like actual citizens of America. Why I'm saying America, United States. This year, I'm gonna add it to my weekly expense because this year alone, I spent close to $2,000 on immigration expenses, and I was so disgusted of how the government is like treating us. There's no guarantee. It's all very misled. We don't have clear instructions. They gave us 1 day to apply. It was just all bad. Like it was really bad, and I'm going to spend $200 next week on medical exam, which I don't even fucking need. Like, why do I have to pay $200 for a medical exam that I can take anywhere else? But they want you to specifically pay for the medical exam at a specific center where they do immigration documents. Like, it's just X-ray. X-ray is everywhere. My insurance covers X-ray. Why can't I take it for free? Why I have to pay $200 for X-ray and then $100 as a deposit for the blood test? Like, I don't get it. Like, everything is already covered in my insurance. Why do I have to pay $300? I think we all know the answer, but like... So per week, it comes to $40 on immigration. Every single week during this year. Because that $2,000, I'm going to remember it till the last day of my life. And I'm going to add to $200 also to medical exam because that's the fee I'm going to pay either tonight or tomorrow. It's gonna happen in 2 days anyway. That's gonna be $240 per week. Investments. Put investments here because I do consider investments as spending. So that's how I want to treat it. I want to treat it as spending so I don't have to go back and consider this as savings. I just want to put it in the accounts and I forget about it. So it's like treat it as spendings. So I do spend on investments at least $100 per week. And that goes to cryptocurrencies and stocks. I know it's not a lot, but for me, it's something. It's very significant amount of money. Transportation. I've been rambling about transportation for so freaking long. In Toronto, like Toronto's transportation is literally the worst. and they have like best North American. What? Like, no, that's not true. It is so expensive. And I was watching a video of the guy from Paris, and he was saying that he spent $75 per pass in Paris, and he can travel outside and inside of Paris, and he can also like do so many things with 75 euros per month. And you guys, when I'm going to tell you my expenses on transportation, you're going to flip out. I spent $4.75 per trip, per bus trip. You're correct, per bus trip, twice a day, because I go to work and come back from work. And I take subway, which is going to be $3.25. I try to walk until the bus stop, but it's going to take me 30 minutes to walk. And I literally walk every single day. But there are some days when the weather is just way too hot, way too cold, or I'm just basically being late. So I have to take the subway. And I take subways approximately 5 times per week on average. It makes my blood boil. And this week I also got one Uber trip because I had to get to the meeting very early. And the funny thing, I was outside, I was waiting for the Uber, and it was a Lincoln. I was so shocked. That was this size of Lincoln. I was like, is it for me? Is it for me, the person who stands in Dollarama shoes like right now? Like, what are you? That was $9.32. Living in crazy world right now. We live in crazy world. Anyways, per transportation, it was $69.82, which is basically $70, like whatever. Education. So right now I don't pay tuition fee. I have to pay tuition fee by this September, and that's gonna be in British pounds, which is gonna be even more freaking expensive, because $1 Canadian, it's like basically 2 British pounds. So that makes me incredibly sad. For now, I take French classes 3 times per week. It comes to $17.5. That's at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I feel like shit when I am at the class because I am not awake. He makes me tell like a story every single class, even though I don't have a single story. But I like it. And finally, this video is longer than it needs to be. But finally, miscellaneous. Remember how I told you I was so disgusted by myself? That feeling just gets worse. All of you guys saw my bank account. It's $1.46. At one point of the week, it went below $0. That is a possibility. That's a high possibility for me. That actually happens way more often than you think. They charged me $5 for overdraft. And then if that wasn't enough, then my stupid ass spent it for something else, and it went down even more. And they charged me again $5. So that was $10 in just overdraft fee for nothing. I literally threw away $10 like that. I am so mad at myself. I think I'm smiling, but like I'm smiling because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I am just so disgusted. That's why I'm smiling, because I'm a clown. Like I don't. My fabulous credit card, which I am in debt right now, charged me $12 in interest. Also, I e-transferred my friends $87.77 for wedding. It was 3 weddings, so like we all kind of collect money for each of our classmates' weddings. So this is the expense, probably one of the few expenses that I don't regret at all. I wish them nothing but the best, especially during COVID times. They're not gonna have a wedding right now. It's just gonna be formal, like they're gonna just sign the papers and then they're gonna become a wife and a husband. Any of y'all watching, probably none of them are watching, but congrats on the wedding, and there are gonna be more gifts from me. I'm lying, there isn't going to be. I spent $50.81 on Procreate app. Everyone told me to download that app. No one told me that was a paid app. But I drew like I was on the field, like a small park, and I drew like my view. That was probably the ugliest painting that anyone saw in their life. You probably think it was painted by a 3-year-old, when in fact it was painted by a 21-year-old who paid $15 for a stupid app. Just like dumb. Also, if that wasn't enough, this week I bought nuts. I'm actually gonna bring them. You see how many of them I ate? I bought 2 kilograms of Persian pistachios from my coworker. Actually, they are so good. Like, I don't regret it at all, but $50 was a lot. Salty and crunchy. I bought 2 huge bags of pistachios for $50. And if you're saying that expensive, you're right. But compared to the regular stores, compared to No Frills, compared to Locals, even to I went to the Persian like store where they sell nuts and stuff. It was over $100 for 2 kilograms, you guys. Like $50 is an okay price for nuts. I know it's expensive, but it's enough for me for like a half a year or even a year. So there's that. We just love them. I love them personally. I eat them almost every single day, and they make me fat and ugly. Finally, the total amount would be shit, what's happening? This is not time to diet. The total amount for a week, on average, I would say yes. It's $991.64. I said these numbers and I felt my heart beating faster. $991.64. That I don't even earn that much. Like I don't know what to even say besides the fact that I'm disgusted. And the living cost in Toronto is so freaking expensive. Like as you can see, everything is expensive. Transportation, rent, electricity, $55 per month. Hello, like why I have to pay $55 per month on electricity? I think my Uber Eats were expenses were fine. Like I think I'm just excusing myself right now, but I think they were fine considering the fact that it was like $13 per 2 big shawarmas, which was basically $7.50. Now I think I have to make like a budget or something. Grab stuff, and if you're watching this, please drag me to hell. It's not funny, y'all. Like this is not this is not funny. Thank you so much for watching my this is not. Anyways, thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh shit.
Shepherd Station. This is the normal station.
Change for line
Change for
1.
line 1.
Shepherd Young.
I hate this voice. I'm kidding, I don't, but I'm kidding.